Hello, 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 guys. Welcome to this live broadcast. Welcome to Workouts for Older Men Live. I'm Skip LaCour. I'm so glad you are here today, joining me. 57 years old today. Hey, where does the time go? If you're a little bit older like me, hope you're living with passion and with energy, taking care of your health and fitness. This is what Workouts for Older Men Live is. Where does the time go? I know sometimes, are you like me? Sometimes in our minds, as men, we don't even grow past the mental and emotional age of 25, right? 57 years old, living with passion and energy, and that's what I want to bring to you. Celebrating as we age and mature, getting smarter with life, hopefully, looking forward to how the time in front of us is going to be the best days of our lives, right? That's what I want to bring to you. In addition to the training and eating strategies, right? Coming to just a little bit in some way, shape, or form every single day. Make sure you're on all of my social media platforms. Instagram, Skip LaCour. Twitter, Skip LaCour. Right here on my Facebook page, at Skip LaCour page. Make sure you're on my YouTube channel and you're subscribed, and that's at Skip LaCour. Going to come to you a lot more often. I've decided I'm really going to jump in here even more with the training and the eating. We're at a special stage of our life at this age, and there's a lot of things that is, I reflect on my this being my birthday and the years that I've enjoyed, I've experienced, had the ups and downs, just like you. But more importantly, what am I going to do from this day forward? All right, so in addition to making sure that our health and our fitness, we stay on top, and I want to be your coach, I want to be your friend, I want to pace you and guide you. I want to show up often so we can go through this journey of life. I also want to talk about the mindset that's involved for men our age. I am committed. Many of you have been with me for 30 years. When I was a 6-time national and champion drug-free bodybuilder, and been with me all this time, and you know how committed I am to not only going through the journey myself, but bringing you along too. All right, sharing our journey together, and I want to continue doing this. I want to be the number one authority for older men, just like you and me, a little bit older, health, fitness, energy, passion, mindset, and our legacy. All right, I'm really committed, and I've got this renewed commitment here on my 57th birthday that we're going to go on this journey together. Hey, make sure that you say hello. Tell me where you're watching me from. I want to acknowledge you for being here. Al, hello to you. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Jerry, Steven, thank you so much. Bruno, Jeffrey, thank you so much. Thank you guys for being here. John, Al, Robbie, good to have you here, sir. Buys for you today, awesome. All right, Dennis, hello. Good to have you guys here. Maria is watching. Brent, Avik, John. John from Ireland, good to have you here, brother. Keep those birthday wishes coming. Kevin, good to have you here. All right. Yeah, so I'm 57 years old today. I tell you this, let's see, what do the abs look like here? I tell you, the strategies, effective and efficient strategies, that's what I want to teach you with this Workouts for Older Men Live. Tell you, again, if you knew me as a 6-time national champion drug-free bodybuilder, I was known as the mass machine. I tell you, training, eating, machine-like precision, nothing got in my way. Nothing. Family, business, nothing got in my way at that time. I live a life more like yours now. I want to be the total package: health, wealth, happiness, energy, family, love, connection, legacy, connecting with you. I've got a lot more things I want to accomplish than just the sets and reps, the eating every 2 hours, like I did as the bodybuilder. And I cherish those times, living with that obsessed mentality, and I learned a lot. Since I retired from competitive bodybuilding 16 years ago, I learned a lot more. And what I've learned in the last 16 years since I've retired is what you can benefit from. So you get the benefit of all those years, really pushing myself, and the intelligence, the elegance, the wisdom, the learning of all the things that feel great. Maybe you hear it all over the internet, maybe from some of the younger, passionate fitness experts, but aren't necessary for the amount of energy that you put in. We only have so much willpower, focus, energy, and time. You hear me say that all the time. How do we fit it all in? And in the last 16 years, I've learned what I have to do. All right, we got to respect and understand the basic fundamentals to reach our goals. And at the same time, we can't do it in excess, especially when it's not necessary. And I have those strategies for you. Just stay here. This Workouts for Older Men Live. I'm going to help you with that and so much more. Keith, good to have you here, sir. So many men here who I see that we've been going on this journey of life together. Keith, can you believe how fast it goes? All right, man, that fires me up. I got to seize the moment. I got to live with the subversity from this day forward. Thank you so much. So many men who have been on my 12-week fitness transformation journeys. I see you here. Thank you so much for being here. Luke, there's a face there. Luke, past coaching clients. Luke from the UK. Good to have you here, sir. You're looking great. Love what you're doing, man. Stolero, thank you so much. Dave, Salif, Kevin, all right. Oh, good. All right. All right, so I feel like doing another set here. Let's see, 57. Man, I've had a busy year launching MANformation Labs. You guys can go to MANformation Labs. Oh, yeah, I want to tell you that although it's my birthday, my 57th birthday, I want to give you guys some gifts. I'm going to post a link down below for my birthday special, all my courses. A lot of the men here, I see Keith and I see Luke, over the years you've invested in my course. I'm going to give it to you all, and the courses that I have in mind in the future, all for just one low price. Lifetime access and the members-only website, instant access. So that's my gift to you here on my birthday. All right, and also go to MANformationLabs.com, MANformation Labs, when you invest in my 100% pure creatine monohydrate, pure, simple, and effective. Give you a free MANformation Labs t-shirt, absolutely free. All right, so you get the highest quality creatine monohydrate and a free MANformation Labs t-shirt. And I'll put that link down below. Continue saying hello. You know, I want to spend as much time with you here on my birthday. Thank you so much for joining me. So many new friends and old friends. Thank you so much. I want to acknowledge you, whether I do it here while we're going live or when I log off. I'm going to acknowledge you whatever it takes all throughout the day. All right. Another thing, post your comments, your questions, your suggestions, and I'll go ahead and answer those too while we're here. I feel like doing another set here. You guys want to see that? Thank you again so much for being here. Hey, make sure you're on all my social media platforms. Make sure you sign up for my email list, because I am obsessed. I'm obsessed helping you through all phases of life if you're a little bit older. Health, fitness, relationships, energy, vitality, mindset as we go to this next stage of life. All right, do another set here. can't think of a better way of celebrating my birthday, lifting weights and being here with you. All right, so I'm so glad you're here. So many things planned. Hey, I want you to start joining me about this time, right? Every single day. Well, almost every single. I want to come to you just a little bit, maybe a training strategy. I'll just day by day, a little form, feel, and execution. All right, some little tips that I've learned in my over 30 years of training, not only doing it myself, but also helping men just like you, explaining the way that you know me for. A little bit of that, but also you've seen me with my morning connection. I want to do that, get your mind straight, your daily checking the mental toughness conditioning, right? I want to do that in the gym here. I get to come to you every single day, so it's a little bit of training, a little nutrition advice, give you some energy throughout the day, motivate you to make sure you do your workout today, give you a little tip. All right, in addition to going to talk about life from our unique perspective, right? A little bit every single day. Like I said, I'm obsessed. I am committed to be your number one source for men like you and me, a little bit older, busy, productive lives. We want to fit it all in. We want to become the total package. All right, let's see here. Chris, see the diet. Hey, Chris, skiplacour.com/diet. skiplacour.com/diet. I want you to take a look at that. A lot of men, they're looking for what the right amount of calories is for them, right? And there's you can go on the calculators that are all over the internet. They're just going to make some guesstimates. Your metabolic rate is going to be based on what you condition your body to do through your consistent habits or your inconsistent habits. All right, it's not some number on one of those calculations. Those are just for overweight people, sedentary people, just getting moving, and it's just a guesstimate. If you've been in the gym, you've been watching what you eat, you're probably like me. You probably fall into patterns where you're probably eating the same foods probably about 80% of the time. Wouldn't you say that's true? Right? You find that works with your schedule. Nutrition is important, right? Well, what you've been doing just say over the last couple months, that is your metabolic rate. Again, whether you're consistent with it, whether you're inconsistent with it. So a lot of men, that might be 3,300 calories. It might be 2,500 calories. You may not even be tracking them. You might be just going by feel, making sure you eat the right foods. And a lot of men don't track their calories. They just make sure they eat right. But that caloric intake for the day might be like 1,200 calories. Now, they don't feel hungry because their mind is strong and their focus. But their metabolic rate is 1,200. Right? All of those things play a factor, and you're not going to see that. Nobody's going to take the time to explain for you. If you're a man a little bit older, if you've been taking care of yourself, if you've been watching what you eat, and you've been working out for a year, you're probably already in the top 20% of older men, right? All the ones who work out, the ones who don't, right? Think about that. You're in the top 20%. And what you're looking for are the strategies getting that top 5%, top 7%. You want to be here with me. You want to know why the gap is so large between you and me, all right? And the gap between you and those men who don't work out, it's not as big. And I tell you, there's certain distinctions and strategies that you're just not going to get from the younger fitness experts. They don't live life from your perspective. It's usually really extreme. And the other strategies, the majority are for really fat, overweight, men and women who just need to get into the process. You're in this very select group. Things need to be explained to you in a certain way, and they need to be explained and how they apply to you instead of looking all over the internet, right? And there's just so much information. The information that you need is very select. You're in a very select group, and then when you just get bombarded with all of this information, it gets lost. All right, so that's why I want you to stick around here. I've got a lot of men, they love this message. Many of them are just being introduced to me, and they jump right on it. Some men have been watching me for like 10 years. I want you to reach out. If you are committed to mastering this, you kind of really understanding what I'm talking about with this workouts for older men theme. You want more energy, more passion in your life, in addition to looking good, building muscle, losing body fat, right? The strategies here are specific to you. You're not finding them all over. There's not a lot of people doing what I do, and certainly to the passion level with the pedigree, the track record that I have bringing it to you. From the personal development, I've been obsessed with personal development for 36 years, and I've been doing this as a 6-time national champion and teacher for over 30 years. So make sure that you found your home here, right here, with Workouts for Older Men Live. Dave, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Liking the perspective. I appreciate that, Dave. Ian, thank you so much for the happy birthday wishes. Jeush. Ashley, thank you so much. Ashley, I appreciate that so much. Good to have you here. All right. Gerald, thank you so much. Robert, Hussein, Steve, good to have you here, sir. Greg, thank you so much, Greg. Brian, I will. Chris, Josh, Jimmy, Led. You guys have any strong biceps? I feel like Aaron, your birthday was yesterday. I did see that. Happy birthday, happy belated birthday, Aaron. So glad that you are here. Salif. All right, guys. Any questions? Go ahead and post those down below. Got to tell you that I really wanted to kind of peak for today, my birthday, right? And I know, I've worked hard to look this way, but I didn't put as much focus. I have a lot of things going on with the family, and again with MANformation Lab, so many things going on. So many, my 12-week fitness transformation journey, and then coaching so many men. I kind of put myself a little aside, so I'm going to be doing that over the next few weeks. Getting the tan, losing a couple more pounds, getting ripped, because I've got a special series of videos that I'm going to be shooting just for you. Any supplements that I highly recommend? Great question. Well, if you know me, if you see how I'm presenting this information to you, I want to give you the basics that work. All right, I talk about the 80-20 rule. Right, there's 100 things, so to speak, that you're trying to get all over the internet. All right, all the different training strategies, eating strategies, everything. And it's tough to prioritize it, right? There's so many things being thrown at you. In the fitness world, to look great, to feel great, to build that muscle and lose that body fat, life in all areas, if you really think about it, it comes down to this 80-20 rule, right? There's 100 things being thrown at you, but like 20 of them make the biggest difference. 20 of them have the biggest impact on what you do. Right? Not every single training strategy, not every single nutritional strategy is equal in importance. So out of the 100 that are thrown your way, so to speak, what are the 20 that really matter? Because when you find those 20, so to speak, it's not literal, but generally, when you find those 20, then you just get better and better and better and better at those 20 once you've identified them. And I'll tell you, when you do, this whole journey becomes just so much easier, right? What I want for you is when you look in the mirror, I don't care what kind of shape you're in, right? If you have a lot of body fat to lose, you want to build more muscle, or you look great, or somewhere in between, you want to take it to the next level. I want you to be able to look in the mirror and feel 100% capable, right? That whatever you look like now, you feel certain and confident you know what to do. To take your body to the level that you want. How would that feel? Imagine what it would feel like to just look in the mirror and feel 100% capable. Imagine what it would feel like, so when you're in the gym, that you move from set to set to set with certainty and confidence, not wondering, is this the right rep scheme? Is this the routine? If I did this, I did this. And you walk around in the gym with so much certainty and confidence that the younger guys, they must think you've been training for 30 years because you have that mindset. Just the way your swagger in the gym, you had so much certainty and confidence, just came through. That confidence just came through with your body language, that the younger guys are asking you for advice. Maybe you've only been training for 3 or 4 years. You took care of the other areas of your life, and now you're taking care of your fitness. Maybe you're newer to the gym, 2, 3, 5 years. But the guys who've been training for 20 years, they just assume you've been training for 20 years like they have, just because you walk from set to set with certainty and confidence. I mean, that's what I want for you. And when you know the 20 things, so to speak, that really make the difference, you're not doing all these little strategies that don't matter, and you may not know that they don't matter, but you know the 20, and you just get better and better and better at those. For example, I might do the incline dumbbell bench press here. It isn't like I just do it I did it my first week in the gym. There's higher and higher levels. Form, feel, and execution. How I bring it down for the turn at the bottom. My rep, my tempo speed, controlling it on the way down, exploding on the way up. Right? How do you get the heavier dumbbells? All right? Sometimes that's the biggest challenge. Right? Form, feel, execution, mind, muscle connection, those things you just take to higher and higher and higher levels. And then when you understand those organizing principles for the incline dumbbell bench press, you take it over to every single exercise that you do. Right? That's definitely like in the top 20. Right? And you just get better and better and better. You focus, just like most things in life you can take to a higher and higher level. Right? Those are the strategies that I want to share. I want to give you that understanding of what you're doing so you can feel more comfortable. You know where to put your limited and precious resources of willpower, focus, energy, and time. All right? So when it comes to supplements, it's the same thing. The supplements, do they work? Which ones? I mean, there are a lot of different supplements, and they're all not created equally. I'll tell you one thing. You want to go to MANformation Labs. You want to order my creatine monohydrate, 100% pure, simple, effective creatine monohydrate. I'll tell you, it's been time tested over the years. I mean, that's the one supplement that you really feel the effects. A lot of guys, the muscles are 70%, let's say, mostly fluid, and they're at different states of how much fluid they're carrying. This is the good fluid, not the water that blurs out the muscle, all right, in the muscles, giving you, could even add a couple sturdy pounds that give you more energy, more power in the gym. Right? It's good solid weight. Creatine monohydrate is definitely one of those staple items. Go to MANformation Labs, order your creatine monohydrate, and like I said, it's my birthday, but I have the gifts for you. Get a free MANformation Labs T-shirt, right? When you order. MANformation Labs creatine monohydrate, pure, simple, effective. I'll tell you, that's the cornerstone of a supplement program. The ones that really work. All right, let's see here. Kekalio, Mark, thank you so much. Tariq, good to have you here. Thank you guys for showing up. All right, any more questions? I want to spend as much time with you answering questions. All right. Brian, hey, thank you for being here. Pete, good to have you here, sir. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're getting so much value, Pete. Gennarde, good to have you here. Let's see. Musashi, good to have you here, sir. Robert, Ren, Stephen Park, Stephen Stewart, or Stefan Ren. Mark Ward, good to have you here. Ryan, good to have you here. Dave, Ian, Jokush, Ashley. All right, guys. So continue posting your questions, your comments, and suggestions. Really appreciate you joining me here on my birthday. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. I tell you, here on this 57th birthday, I realized I got this renewed commitment to be with you more often, breaking down the training strategy, the eating strategy just a little bit every single day, also working on that mindset that is unique to us at this stage of our lives. Yeah, and like I said, I look over the next couple weeks, I'm going to bring this home, maybe even get a tan. All right, guys. So that's going to do it today. So have a great day. Have an outstanding day. Have an awesome day. Think big and think bigger. than getting bigger. Okay, have a great day. Get those links. Get my birthday special, all of my courses. Get the creatine monohydrate, MANformation Labs with the free T-shirt, and continue posting your questions, your comments, your suggestions down below, and I will answer them all throughout the day, all throughout the week if that's what it takes. All right, have a great day.